They laugh at me because I'm different, but I laugh at them because they're the same. Hey there, how you guys doing today? Thanks for joining me for another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, what are we looking at today with these crazy cryptocurrency markets? Well, I mean, looks like we got some red going on. Is this due to the fact that the SEC could be making a decision today on what's happening with Ethereum and whether or not they're going to be seeing it as a security, or is this just another one of those weekend pullbacks? I mean, I'm not looking any real pullbacks. I mean, there's no double-digit reds, so not too bad, right? All right, so let me stop looking at myself here, and let me see what we got going on here. And let's refresh because this stuff changes every minute. All right, so we got $431 billion for market cap right now. That's really not all that bad. Let me see. We got 24 billion traded in the last 24 hours. That number is actually kind of low. I thought a lot of people might be getting leery, or is it just the fact that we're not really scared that, the SEC could come in and call it a security? Because, really what's it going to do? It's kind of late in the game. But we got a BTC dominance that's picked up just a tiny bit. So that's all right, coming in at 36.8%. All right, so let me see. What are we looking at here? Well, we got Bitcoin hanging out at 9,300. I mean, we were banging our heads against 10K. Everybody was getting real bullish. I was bullish myself. I think that we'll get back there. I think this is probably just a little bit more of a weekend dip. I know that if you listen to Tone Vays or a few other technical analysis people, they're out there kind of saying that it's not necessarily a bull market, and they're leery that we could still be in a bear market and all of these other things. I'm just always long-term bullish on Bitcoin, so the day-to-day price doesn't necessarily get me down. When I see the price of Bitcoin down, that's just a good chance to put some fiat into this, right? All right, so let me see. What are we looking at? We got Ethereum coming in at $721. I mean, they were on the other side of 800. Everything was looking great for it. With this pullback, they're on the borderline of hitting those double digits. Right now, they're down about 7.3%. Still, though, they're on the other side of $700. They weren't there a week ago. So, I mean, we're still on the plus side, and that's always good. Ripple, they're down a bit, coming in at 81 cents. That's down 5.5%. We got Bitcoin Cash. They're down 6%. That's 1,600. So that's really not all that bad. They're doing pretty good in comparison to where they were before. And let me see. We got 5, 6, and 7 as EOS, Litecoin, and Cardano. Litecoin is still holding the lead over Cardano. 1787 for EOS. That's up 1.5%. So hey, making gains when everyone else is down, or still holding on to some, in other words. Let me see. We got Litecoin at $160. That's not bad at all. I was really hoping to get it up there to the 150 mark. Still holding on to 160. Big plus in my book. I like Litecoin, slow move, steady. It's a good way to diversify your portfolio because Litecoin doesn't fluctuate all that bad. Not that I'm giving financial advice to anybody. All right, let me see. And that's down 5% right there. We got Cardano coming in at 32 cents. That's down 5.6%. And of course, we got to do Steam and the Steam back dollar. We got Steam coming in at $3.44. Ouch, that hurts a little bit. That's down 4.77%. Not too bad in comparison to how some of these other coins are down a lot more than that. So it looks like I might be trying to see if I can't do some more live streams on Steam It on the D2 or on the D Live section. Might try to do a little longer something. I'd like to keep these ones on YouTube down to 10 minutes or under so that people can go ahead and get their news and get on about their day. I'm thinking that, I'm trying to express myself and get into all of this stuff a little bit more. So as I move over to D2 Live and add an extra show or channel or whatever you want to call it over there, I might answer some questions about cryptocurrency as an addition to my help desk service. I might also give a little bit more of my personal opinions and feelings towards, society in America and all those things. But I'm sure you don't want to hear all that much about it. So I'm definitely looking for ideals. If you guys have those, please shoot them to me in my email. As I'm always saying, one of the best things I can do for you guys is provide my free help desk service. It's at eugeneforrest20@gmail.com. That's one of the best ways you can get a hold of me. But as always, always recommending Steam It. I think it's a great way to earn some cryptocurrency, especially if you don't have those extra funds in order to be able to put into cryptocurrency, because we're all not, people with thousands of dollars to invest to make hundreds of thousands. All right, so let me see. What are we looking at here for news today on Bitcoin and coffee? Well, hold on. Ooh. All right. Well, let me see. For news, it looks like we got EOS. We got the Dawn 4.0 coming out. They're going to be looking at a full launch here on June 10th. I mean, this is one of the main reasons behind why EOS has been pumping up. You know, we're going to see a mainnet on it. It's going to be a big arrival to Ethereum. You know, it's going to actually be, does it work? Does it get right out there and do what it needs to? Is a lot of people going to be trying to jump over to this because the price of Ethereum is up so much? You know, only time's going to tell with these things. It is definitely something to keep an eye on. It's leery to be investing in it at this point because the price is up so much in comparison to what it was. But it does have the potential to go higher, but it has the potential that this could just be a little bit overhyped. Everyone's always talking about bubbles here in the cryptocurrency space. Whether or not EOS is in a bubble at the moment, time's going to tell with that one for sure. All right, let me see. What else do I got going on here? Well, all right, we keep coming back to the same exact story here about the man in Iceland who committed the robbery, or him and another guy. There's a robbery of 600 Bitcoin miners. They don't know where the miners are. They put the man in jail. Then the man escaped from jail and went to Sweden, and they put out an international warrant for him and picked him up over there. Then while he was over in the Sweden jail, apparently they're not as nice as the Icelandic jails. He was complaining about the situation, wanting to go back to Iceland. Now, Iceland has decided that they are looking for these miners, and they think that China might have them. So China has went ahead and seized 600 miners that they noticed due to the power grid increase. You know, that's a lot of miners. That's going to take a lot of power. That's one of those ways definitely of getting caught. So the police have went ahead and seized 600 miners. Whether or not they are the same exact miners, we're going to find out about this one coming down the pipeline. This story keeps unraveling. It's pretty hilarious. Definitely watching this one puts a smile on my face to keep the funny news going. The guy probably should have just stayed in the Icelandic jail, right? If it was so much better. Grass always looks greener on the other side, though, right? All right, so let me see. What else do we got going on? We got Bill Gates coming out pretty much this morning, sounding like a fool as far as I'm concerned. He's out there saying stuff that, you know, he'd short Bitcoin if he could, if it was easy, putting it down. One of the main problems I've seen with this conversation, though, is that he was putting Bitcoin and ICOs together. They're not the same. I have never participated in an ICO, but yet I own Bitcoin. There's a lot of scams that go on with ICOs. I mean, that's why it's so sketchy. You know, they're raising billions of dollars without products behind them. You know, and then he also gives merit, saying that there's merit to the blockchain technology. Well, Bitcoin is blockchain. Without Bitcoin, it's not blockchain. I mean, you have to have, you know, a representation of value behind the mining, or else there's no real point. It's just a centralized database. You know, and we have those already. So once again, I see this as another situation of people or a person out there that's just starting to get into Bitcoin. And this happens to a lot of people, and you can't really hold it against them. You know, it's just the way that human nature is and thinking goes. You know, you run into Bitcoin, you start hearing about it, and at first it's so different than what's actually going on with the paper dollar bills everyone has, that it's kind of like, you're like, oh no, you're hesitant because we always deny at first. Then we think, oh, it's a scam, like, because you see these people making money, you see that it's working, you see that there's a viable product, but yet you don't want to justify it, you don't want to say that it's real, so it's a scam. Then you kind of start to come around to it. Then you start to see that we got a point. And that's when you start to see people getting on board. And I think we're about to see more people getting on board here soon. We're moving into the summer. I think the bull is still coming. So if you guys like everything that's happening here on Bitcoin and Coffee, I need you guys to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there, because these numbers are slowly trickling upwards, and that's a plus. As always, I got tools, links, and affiliation codes and all that good stuff down there to help you guys understand these cryptocurrency markets. But as always, the free help desk service, eugeneforrest20@gmail.com. Shoot me your emails. Let me know what you got going on. Ask me them questions. All right, like I was saying, I'm thinking in about 30 minutes here, I'm going to see if I can't hop on DTube Live. Hopefully, I don't run into any more streaming problems like I had with the first video I tried to do this morning. Thank you guys who turned in and put up with the choppy internet. I was trying to run several things at the same time, and that obviously didn't work. Got really bad bandwidth out here in the woods, if you guys can't tell. As always, you guys, I got those donational address, but come on over to Steam It. I definitely want to start trying to get people to come on over to Steam It. Right in my comments below. I will upvote that if you comment. Even if you just say you stopped by. As always, you guys, though, the most important thing you can do is keep your Bitcoin safe.